Hey there folks, welcome to this video. I'm going to be talking about the Spanish Grand Prix for the next few minutes. Let's start off with the winner, Max Verstappen, who had a team swap order happen with Sergio Perez. It's another Red Bull 1-2 this season, which means we have more 1-2s this season than we did last. Which, well, I don't think that's necessarily unsurprising, is it? We had a Ferrari 1-2 to open up the season, a Red Bull 1-2 and another Red Bull 1-2. But what probably is surprising is Leclerc out with suspected turbo failure. Sergio Perez picked up the fastest lap point, meaning that Verstappen, whilst he takes the championship lead, it's only 6 points over Charles Leclerc. And Perez is on 85 points, 11 points clear of George Russell, but 19 points behind Leclerc, which means that Red Bull now has a constructors lead of 26 points over Ferrari, with Mercedes in third, another 49 points back. But that doesn't really tell all of it, does it? Leclerc was commanding until the failure that took him out of the race, and George Russell had given a stellar performance, defending from a Max Verstappen who was without DRS, and sometimes even forcing him off the track. I was surprised he didn't get a black and white flag for that. But another incident I was surprised wasn't investigated was on the first lap into turn 4, where Kevin Magnussen decided that 2016 wasn't enough times for Lewis Hamilton to have a crash there, and drove into him. Turned in when the Mercedes was also turning in. And that gave Lewis a puncher. It put Kevin Magnussen down towards the back of the pack. And he ended up finishing only ahead of Alex Albon. 2 laps down. And also a lap down on Mick Schumacher, his teammate. But this is the thing with the Spanish Grand Prix. Is a lot of people are going to say, oh, it was a boring race because it was Spain. I wouldn't say it's that. What we've seen is that whilst this has shaken up the order a little bit, the rule reset, the biggest shake-up has been that the top 3 teams are now in a different order, with Red Bull up there still, Mercedes not, and taking Ferrari's place to say maybe once or twice a season. Bottas did well to get 6th in the Alfa Romeo. Alpine's top dog was Ocon again, 7th place. That is every race this season that Ocon has beaten Fernando Alonso, who said over the Miami weekend that he would only retire when somebody was beating him on pure pace alone. I don't know what that looks like if it's not being beaten every weekend by your teammate. Norris 8th with suspected tonsillitis, I believe. And then Alonso 9th, first of the lapped cars, with Tsunoda in 10th, picking up that last point playing position. I think a couple of other stories we have from this weekend. Haas, good in qualifying, not in the race. Both cars going into Q3, but Schumacher 14th and Magnussen 17th. They were the only team not to bring upgrades to the weekend, and I don't think that was necessarily the issue, but it just fell apart for them on race day. Vettel showing that the upgrades are kind of working for us, and so was Lance Stroll. Made a couple of really good moves this race, and finished the last person a lap down. But yeah, I think, like I said, the biggest thing is that the order hasn't been wholly shaken up. In some points it has been shaken up, because of course Mercedes are now 3rd, whereas Ferrari are now up towards the front, and of course we've had a bit of a move around in the midfield, but the gulf between this kind of midfield and the front is still there. I think what evidences that today was Lewis Hamilton's fantastic drive from right down towards the back of the pack after that puncher on lap 1 to finishing 5th. Very nearly 4th, but he dropped off at the end, and I was out when I was watching the race, so I didn't hear on the commentary what the issue was, and I haven't seen anything since, but he finished 22 seconds behind his teammate. Considering that he drove 3/4 of a lap on a puncher, that was a good recovery drive from the driver of car 44, our 7-time world champion. I know for me, he was my driver of the day, and whilst he did complain and at one point said, let's retire the car, I think this is promising for himself and for Merck, that not only was he able to get a recovery drive into 5th, but also that George got the podium, and he was for quite a while. If Lewis had been up there and not had the crash with Magnussen, him and Lewis would have given those Red Bulls a real pain and a strategy headache this afternoon. Especially considering Max spun, Sainz 4th place, he spun as well, he should have really been on the podium. But that hunt for a Spanish podium sitter continues. Last time that happened, 2013, when Fernando Alonso won it. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.